Hey guys, it is Gordon here with One Maniac Reviews. So, 2017 has come to a close. The year's all done. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining me here. All of my new subscribers, all of my old ones. You guys are the ones that allow me to do this. And going into 2018, I'm going to continue to do this. We're going to keep putting out weekly videos. I'm going to continue to go see all of the new movies. I'm going to continue to dive into that dumpster fire just to pull out the good ones so that you guys don't have to be the ones to get burned. But we're here to talk about the best movies of 2017. Now, these are the ones that are, in my opinion, had the best story, had the best acting, and I very much enjoyed my time at these movies. Now, we're going to kick it off in our number 10 spot. Number 10 for the year, I'm putting as Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, I know I'm going to catch some flack for this because there's people out there that believe that this movie should be completely rewritten and it's not a good movie and that it doesn't deserve to be in the Star Wars canon. I watched this movie twice. I enjoyed it much more the second time, and I'm enjoying the way that they're going through the changing of the guard. I'm very much enjoying the mix of old and new Star Wars. Everyone complains that these movies are too much like 4, 5, and 6. But remember, we had 3 Star Wars movies not too long ago that were nothing. Absolutely nothing like 4, 5, and 6. And people were complaining that they weren't Star Wars. So, number 10, The Last Jedi. In our number 9 spot, this is another polarizing movie. You either loved it or you hated it. And to me, that's SpiderMan Homecoming. I very much enjoyed the way that the story came out within this one. I enjoyed the acting with Robert Downey Jr. I enjoyed the acting with Spider-Man. I enjoyed that we got to see a little video based upon his time within Germany. And we got to see all of these things coming up. And I enjoyed that we had an established Spider-Man, that we weren't getting another retelling of, okay, here's the part where Uncle Ben gets shot, here he gets bitten by the spider, they're having this huge conversation, and it was able to move past that, and we were able to get an in high school Peter Parker making jokes and doing his best to be Spider-Man, which is what Spider-Man movies should have been. So that's why this one's ending up at my number 9 spot. In number 8, we have a movie that was missed by a lot of people, and it's called The Big Sick. This is the awkwardly funny true life story, and if you saw my review about it, I absolutely loved this movie. It made me laugh. It made me cry. The acting was wonderful. And to find out that it was the true story of how he met his wife, that added so much more to it. If you guys haven't seen The Big Sick, there is a copy of it on iTunes. Go and watch it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. You're going to have a great time with it. Now, number 7. I'm not really a big fan of Tom Cruise movies. Most of them are The Mummy. But this one to me really stood out. And the one that I'm talking about is American Made. Once again, it's another true life story, but that was done to be funny. It was very interesting. It was a great movie. The story was wonderful, and I love how at the end they keep true to real life and have the character that Tom Cruise is playing being killed. Now, number 6. Number 6 is a movie that I did not expect to like. And I absolutely loved it. I've watched this movie probably about 4 times now, and that's Girls Trip. This to me was the standout comedy of the year. When I was sitting there in the movie theater, and not just myself laughing, but people like 19, 20-year-olds were laughing, and there were even some grandmas in the theater that were laughing at the jokes that were going on. This was one of those feel-good, uplifting comedies, and something dramatic will happen, and then 2 seconds later, you're hysterically laughing again. Girls Trip is a great comedy. Check that out. Number 5 is Wonder Woman. DC finally got it right. Oh my God, did I love this movie. It wasn't 4 different movies trying to be one movie. It wasn't 8 different storylines tying all together that started at the beginning of one movie. It was one character, one story, one finale. And DC got it right. It was great. It used the story of Wonder Woman very well. And it moved it all along. I honestly feel that Batman vs. Superman probably would have been a much better movie had this come out before it. If they had gone from Man of Steel to Wonder Woman to a standalone Batman movie, then Batman vs. Superman, that movie would have been a lot better. In our number 4 is It. Back in the 90s, we had Tim Curry as Pennywise in a 2-part TV movie. That was okay for what it was. It was a good little thing. But this It movie, it focuses solely on when they are children. The Pennywise that we get within it is menacing. It is absolutely wonderful. If you have not seen the new It and you're a fan of the book, watch the new It. It is done perfectly. I cannot wait for 2019 when part 2 comes out. Number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This was Marvel's standout hit of the year. It continued right from what we dealt with in Guardians 1. We dealt with Peter's father. We got Ego. And they started their trip to Earth to fight Thanos. This was a perfect tie-in movie to what Marvel has been setting up for years. And with Baby Groot, with Rocket, with Yondu, everything that happens in this movie, it is an emotional thrill ride throughout the entire thing. Our number 2 is Logan. Now, I didn't want to put too many comic book movies on this list, but unfortunately, a lot of the good movies that I have seen this year, a lot of the movies that I felt stood out above the rest for storyline, for acting, are actually these Marvel movies. Now, this one is done by Fox, and it is the end of the Wolverine saga. And I loved this movie because it was more of a Western than your average comic book movie. And it was a perfect way to say goodbye to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and to say goodbye to Professor Xavier. It was the perfect little tie-up for those characters. And I'm so happy that they did it this way. I absolutely loved that movie. And our number 1 is John Wick 2. If you've never seen John Wick, the breakdown for it is simple. In the first one, he goes on a killing spree because of the fact that somebody stole his car and killed his puppy. This one, The boogeyman is back to go on another killing spree because he got out of killing people, then came back in, and now he's got to kill the people that forced him to kill. Keanu Reeves is amazing in this. The fight scenes are amazing. The choreography is wonderful. The storyline is actually a lot better than the way that I just explained it. And if you haven't watched the John Wick movies, go and watch both of them. You're going to have a great time with it. These are realistic action movies, which means that it's not him never having to reload his gun. It's not him going into these unwinnable situations and surviving. It is literally the skill of this assassin overpowering so many people. Alrighty guys, that's it for my list of the best movies of 2017. If you guys are liking my videos, please hit that like button. If you guys have differing best movies of 2017 than what I think, let me know down in the comments. If you agree with my 2017 movies, let me know down in the comments. If you are new around here and you're just finding me because I've been doing these lists and we have been talking about it that way, hit that subscribe button and keep coming back because we've got a lot more stuff to do in the next year. Alrighty guys, so that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and cue that music.